Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's going to be more motivational and reminding you guys why you should not be panicking or spiraling, because there is a reality where everything is working out for you, and I'm going to get into all of that in today's video, going step by step. So you want to stay tuned to hear all the points in this video, because I think there's something to take away in everything. There's so many different ways to look at this and different reasons why you are not ruining your manifestation. So we're going to get straight into this in just 1 second. To let anyone who's new know, I am a coach. I support my clients with anything relating to manifestation, any questions, concerns, or areas that they're trying to manifest and goals that they're working towards. Everything is popped on screen, so you can take a look at how you can work with me one-on-one. It starts from as little as $2.99 a month, where I just finished filming October's monthly Q&A. So you want to stay tuned, well, not stay tuned, but you want to join for that. The join button is right below, so you can become a member for a really inexpensive price and submit your coaching related questions there. You can also work directly one-to-one with me with emails, written coaching, and video calls. So take a look on screen and in the description box if you're interested. And now let's get into the video. There's only one thing that would permanently ruin your manifestation, and that is giving up. So if you completely give up on your manifestation, then you're guaranteed obviously to not get your desire, not get the end result. Movement will stop, because you will have in that case stopped working on your positive mindset, stopped your affirmations, stopped shifting your mindset around, and probably if you hadn't gotten very far, then you probably would just revert back to the old mindset, perhaps negative assumptions, and just decided that, oh, I don't believe I will get this manifestation, and that's what has to reflect in your reality. So that's the only way that you could guarantee and definitely not get your result, not get your desire. There's not really anything else, although I will get into examples and what exactly I mean a little later in the video, but there's technically nothing that would ruin your manifestation other than you no longer putting in the effort. When it comes to circumstances, that's where people get tripped up and what triggers them, because people think, well, we had this fight, or I did this, I said this terrible thing, I really messed things up, I forced the 3D reality and something bad happened, the opposite of my result came up. Why? And that will be, I mean, there's a few other different reasons why, and I do have videos talking about the 3D reality showing the opposite, but basically today I'm going to go more into why you cannot ruin your manifestation despite a list of different things potentially happening. So obviously with circumstances, whether you did something, you said something, something came up, you saw something on social media that you believe is catastrophic or just the opposite of what you want, it doesn't matter. It's all still just a circumstance. It's not permanent. It's all temporary. They are completely irrelevant, because those are things that either you're revising, applying positive assumptions to, or completely ignoring and creating your desire regardless. Doesn't matter what conversations were had in the past or what issues may have come up. If right now what you're focusing on is a perfect result, a perfect relationship, then nothing else can matter. Nothing else can stand in the way. It's not that, oh yeah, you can have your SP unless you sent them a really bad WhatsApp message, unless you saw them post with the third party, unless blah, 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 blah. No, that's not the case. There's no circumstance or event that would stop you from manifesting. None of that is permanent. None of that means anything unless you keep focusing on it and replaying it in your mind. So the 3D reality itself is not something to focus on. You shouldn't be putting your you shouldn't be analyzing it. You shouldn't be putting your focus on that and deciding and saying, well, look at this thing I saw this, I saw that, my SP posted this online. None of that matters. Getting ghosted, getting a bad response on something, it's irrelevant. You keep persisting. You either revise it if you can't let go of it, or you just keep going and saying, nope, doesn't matter. I still have a perfect outcome. I still have a perfect outcome. And you keep persisting with your affirmations. We just stayed reliant on the 3D reality, we'd be stuck in whatever version of reality we're in. It would be a constant cycle. It would either be positive, neutral, or negative, and nothing would ever change, because we would keep focusing on that and keep saying, well, this is the reality and that's just how it is. And you have to bypass that. That's not the right mindset, as you can see from that example, how silly it sounds to just constantly think about and focus on whatever's right in front of you and not even push your mindset beyond that. You need to be able to accept and understand that you can create what you want. It is going to conform and come together, and it's just up to you to persist in that new version. So yeah, as I said, a bad conversation or a bad argument is also irrelevant. None of those kind of things matter. They're not going to stop you. That's not going to mean that it's impossible or you can't have your desire. The only thing that would guarantee that it's impossible is if you completely put zero effort into your mindset and do nothing but think and speak negatively about that outcome. So what prevents your manifestation from coming in is literally no longer replacing your subconscious beliefs. So it's basically giving up, but just to get more kind of technical and specific, if you are no longer working on building new beliefs, shifting those beliefs and thoughts around, then you're going to be focusing on the opposite. You're going to be focusing on the old version, the 3D reality. You're not going to be putting in the effort it needs to get to 100% of that new belief, because your subconscious is filtering through all those thoughts. You're repeating it so much that it has to become an assumption, a belief, a stored memory, a stored visual in your subconscious mind, and therefore that is what then has to start reflecting physically. So if you stop putting in the effort and at 40% you decide, oh, I'm just going to give up, it's too much, it's impossible, then you're never going to reach 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and finally 100%, where your physical reality is literally exactly as you want it to be, and your SP comes back, your result comes in. You're never going to get to that point if you stop working on those new positive thoughts and therefore positive beliefs. So you might be thinking, but I'm panicking or spiraling, or I keep thinking about this negative thing that happened, it's just so bad. It might cause a slight delay. The fact that you may have said the wrong thing or tried to force the 3D, or had a negative memory now of your SP doing something, for example, it will probably cause a delay, a little bump in the road. It probably just means you need to work more on your mental diet, but it may, just be a delay at most. It's not going to suddenly say, oh, well, your manifestation is screwed, you're done, next. It doesn't work that way. You can always get back on track, always say, well, this is what I want, this is what I'm focusing on, and therefore this is what I'm going to create, period. There's no reason with you as the creator of your reality that you can't have exactly what you want. So even if there's a slight delay, that's the worst that can happen if you stay consistent. So also remember that it's completely normal to have ups and downs. You don't need to constantly be perfect or have a perfect mindset. It's normal to have down days and down moments. You just persist and you just push past that. You want to keep in mind that if your beliefs are shifting and your beliefs eventually shift and conform, that's exactly what has to reflect outwards. Your thoughts shape your reality, and so your 3D reality will have to shift if your thoughts are changing. It's just that simple. That's just the way it is. So if you do go through those moments of panicking and spiraling, remember, it's only going to cause a delay. It might cause a bump in the road and, put up a temporary wall for that moment. But if you push past it with your consistency and mental diet, then you're going to get to that end result. You're going to get through to the other side. You just need to make sure that when you recognize those delays and you recognize the negative thoughts, you're turning it back around and you're persisting regardless. So if you are persisting, obviously movement is always occurring. So you don't have to worry or think, I will never get it, it's been very up and down. It doesn't matter what up to this point has been positive or negative, or how negative it may have been. If you persist and you push past and you keep trying your best to be consistent, then movement has to be occurring. The shifts positively have to be created. Anything negative has to be overridden by the positives. So it's up to you, basically. You keep putting in the effort, you keep shifting your mindset and working on your beliefs, turning them around, because it's all down to you at the end of the day. So I hope this video was useful to you guys. I hope there was, maybe some pieces of advice or things you haven't taken into consideration, because sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the moment and the 3D reality and start to panic, but really there's no need. You can always get what you want. Your end result is totally within your grasp. So I hope you found something useful from today's video. Please do thumbs up and subscribe and turn on that notification bell if you did enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye!